Christopher McDougall, Born to Run, A Hidden Tribe, Superathletes, and the Greatest Race the World Has Never Seen. Step into the enthralling world of A Born to Run, a captivating journey that takes us from the aches and injuries of an aspiring marathon runner, Chris, to the wondrous running abilities of the remote Tarahumara tribe in Mexico. Unravel the secrets and experiences that teach us about the human body's incredible capacity for long-distance running, the ultimate power of embracing pain and fatigue, and rethinking conventional wisdom on nutrition and footwear. This book summary uncovers the joys and challenges of running, along with stories of human resilience and transformation that will leave you inspired, excited, and questioning everything you knew about running and your own abilities.
Running, fear, pleasure, and survival. Running has surged in popularity during times of crisis in the United States, and this trend is continuing during the COVID pandemic. It unites our two primal impulses, fear and pleasure. However, running also involves a high risk of injury. In search of a way to run pain-free, Chris embarked on a journey to learn from a secretive Mexican tribe who appeared to run effortlessly and joyfully. Throughout history, distance running has experienced significant growth during times of national crises. This phenomenon was first observed during the Great Depression, when over 200 participants engaged in the 40-mile daily Great American Foot Race. Again, in the early 1970s, running regained its popularity as America tried to recover from wars, race riots, and political turmoil. The third boom occurred the year following the September 11 attacks, when trail running gained momentum as the fastest-growing outdoor sport. Interestingly, we are witnessing another surge in running today amid the COVID pandemic, not just because gyms are closed. Arguably, our affinity for running during such tumultuous periods is rooted in our deep, primal instincts. Running serves as both an escape from fear and a source of pleasure. Regardless of the reason, running asserts its importance as a means of stress relief and avenue for rejoicing. However, running doesn't come without its challenges. Chris, a man in his 40s, faced multiple injuries as he attempted to become a marathoner. His doctor advised against the activity, suggesting that his body wasn't built for running's rigorous demands. Indeed, medical professionals often emphasize the risk of injury. Between 65 to 80% of runners get injured yearly. Even the American Association of Orthopedic Surgeons identified distance running as a severe threat to knee integrity. Despite these concerns, Chris believed there was a way to run without pain and truly enjoy it. Recalling the joy of running as a child, and inspired by ultrarunner and Trayson's romanticized view of long-distance running, Chris embarked on a quest to rediscover pain-free running. Ignoring his doctor's recommendation to buy a bike, his journey led him to a mysterious Mexican tribe. The members of this tribe seemed capable of running incredible distances with smiles on their faces and no signs of pain. It was here that Chris hoped to uncover the secret to running with both delight and resilience. The Tarahumara, running people. The Tarahumara tribe, well known as the running people, inhabit the hidden copper canyons of northern Mexico and possess extraordinary athletic abilities. They have a unique mindset and culture focused on the importance of running as an indispensable human skill, inherited from their ancestors. Central to their running culture is the game Rarajipari, a physically demanding and cooperative race that symbolizes life's unpredictability and the need for persistence. Embodying virtues like patience, appreciation, and forgiveness, they remind us that running skills are inherent in all humans and can be honed with dedication. The enigmatic Tarahumara tribe resides in the mysterious Copper Canyons region of northern Mexico, an area known as the Bermuda Triangle of the Borderlands. Originally, the Tarahumara retreated to these canyons 400 years ago to evade the oppression of Spanish conquerors. Living in hidden settlements throughout the canyons, they developed a remarkable athletic prowess. In the Tarahumara language, they refer to themselves as Raramuri, which translates to the running people. Running isn't just their pastime, it's their superpower. They have been documented running close to 300 miles in a single session, equivalent to nearly 12 marathons in succession. Furthermore, this tribe experiences far fewer injuries associated with running as compared to the rest of the world. The Tarahumara's secret lies in their perception of running. They view it as a fundamental human skill tied to their cultural roots, shaping their identity as a people. This mindset makes running an enjoyable component of Tarahumara culture which is widely embraced. At the core of the Tarahumara way of life is a game called Rarajipari. This event starts with two villages gathering for a night of beer consumption and wagering. When morning comes, the race begins with teams comprising 3 to 8 runners from each village. The athletes must advance a ball along a lengthy trail, similar to soccer players sprinting towards a goal. Rarajipari races can last for up to 48 hours, demanding constant focus and unwavering mental and physical stamina. For the Tarahumara, Rarajipari is a metaphor for life, symbolizing its unpredictability in the requirement for flexibility, strength, dedication, teamwork, patience, and persistence. Most importantly, it showcases their love for running. The connection between the love of running and the capacity to love might not be entirely the same, but there is a distinct correlation. Both stem from letting go of your desires, appreciating what you have, and practicing patience and forgiveness. Through the Tarahumara's example, we are reminded that these virtues can be honed, and that running skills aren't exclusive to them but are innate to virtually all humans. As we continue to explore our own capabilities, we can learn valuable lessons from the extraordinary running people. Born to run and endure. Human beings possess extraordinary capabilities for long-distance running, thanks to several evolutionary adaptations. Unique features such as sweating, our bipedal movement, and the Achilles tendon give us exceptional endurance abilities. This not only facilitated our survival but became an intrinsic part of our lives throughout history. The simple act of running 6 miles in sweltering conditions turns a human into a formidable force in the animal kingdom. By merely staying in sight and inducing panic in a 4-legged quarry, humans can exhaust their prey through persistence hunting, eventually causing the animal to succumb to hyperthermic shock. While this strategy might not apply to modern meal-acquiring methods, it does shed light on our remarkable evolutionary journey. At the core of this prowess lies our body's innate adaptability to long-distance running. When an animal wants to speed up, it starts to gallop. Although faster than trotting, galloping compresses the lungs, restricting the breathing rate, and causing most mammals to overheat. The lack of effective heat dissipation forces animals to stop running to survive. In contrast, humans can sweat, an underrated but incredible adaptation. Sweating allows us to release heat rapidly, enabling us to run under unique conditions. Moreover, human respiration isn't regulated by our cooling needs, resulting in better breathing efficiency and endurance. Our 2-legged mode of transportation also contributes to our long-distance running abilities. Bipedal movement freed our hands to use tools and reach higher-hanging fruits. Consequently, our throats and chests expanded, increasing air capacity despite sacrificing speed. This made humans capable of covering extended distances. Another advantageous adaptation is the Achilles tendon, an elastic cord of collagen residing in our lower legs. When stretched, it stores energy until ready to release, propelling the body forward and maximizing endurance due to efficient transitions between steps. What's astonishing is that our running abilities don't wane significantly with age. A study of New York City marathon finishing times revealed that, after peaking at 27, a 64-year-old's pace matches that of a 19-year-old. This demonstrates that humans can outrun younger competitors throughout their lifetime. Running played a pivotal role in human history, helping us to secure food, avoid predators, and even attract mates. Our ancestors had no choice but to embrace running, entrusting their lives to this crucial skill. Embodying their legacy, we continue to be running people, as observed by the Tarahumara but often questioned by those who dislike running. Embracing pain for long-distance running. When Caballo Blanco, a former Californian boxer, sought peace in the Tarahumara Mountains, he adopted the lifestyle of the Tarahumara people and became an exceptional long-distance runner. The key to his success was befriending pain and fatigue, listening to his body, and cherishing the joys of running. His ultimate vision of bringing the best ultrarunners from the United States to race against the Tarahumara was a testament to his dedication and passion. In the heart of the Tarahumara Mountains, a man named Caballo Blanco, or White Horse, emerged as a former boxer from California searching for inner peace. He left his tumultuous past behind and adopted the Tarahumara lifestyle, complete with sandals and pinole, a ground corn staple food. Caballo Blanco took on challenging trails, even comparing the winding terrain to Black Diamond ski slopes. His numerous falls and trips never deterred him. Instead, he believed suffering to be humbling and embraced the lessons of endurance and resilience. Years spent in the canyons rewarded Caballo with improved health and happiness. He discovered the secret to becoming a better long-distance runner, forming a close bond with pain and fatigue. Philosophers and geneticists alike concur that true mastery comes from embracing hardship. Humans, however, experience a unique conflict between mind and body. While our body is designed for performance, our brain prioritizes efficiency, urging us to halt unnecessary exertion. Forms of extreme exercise may seem irrational, but they provide invaluable benefits. People often view running as a means to achieve specific goals, such as weight loss, increased speed, or financial rewards. Approaching running with a "get it over with" mentality undermines long-term motivation and achievement. Instead, one must learn to relax and appreciate each stride, allowing the body to become familiar with the rhythm and practically forget about the motion. Observing each breath and being conscious of sweat levels helps in deciding when to exert more effort or hold back. Embracing and enjoying various sensations while running can be transformative. Caballo Blanco's vision of celebrating the joy of running materialized when he conceived the idea of organizing a race with Tarahumara traditions. He wanted to bring the best ultrarunners from the United States to the Copper Canyons to compete against the Tarahumara in a week-long learning experience, culminating in a 50-mile showdown. Caballo's meeting with Chris, a magazine columnist, sparked interest and reinforced his dream to promote the joy of running beyond the canyon. Chris, intrigued by the project and motivated by his own experiences of running alongside Caballo, decided to participate in the race. Prominent runners, such as Arnulfo Camer, an esteemed Tarahumara athlete, and Scott Jurek, an exceptional ultramarathoner from the United States, were invited to join the event. Caballo's idea demonstrated the importance of embracing pain, understanding one's body, and basking in the delight of long-distance running to achieve extraordinary feats. Unleash your inner runner. Dive into the world of the Tarahumara tribe and discover their secret to superior running performance: a simple, plant-based diet. Top ultrarunner, Scott Jurek, followed their lead to push his performance to new heights. Learn why switching to a vegetarian diet can unlock the true potential of your body, making you faster, stronger, and more enduring. Chris stood amidst the Tarahumara Canyon, holding a cup of gooey slime filled with black bubbles, unsure of what he was about to consume. It was ischiate, also known as chili chia, and it turned out to be surprisingly delicious. Loaded with essential nutrients like omega-3s, antioxidants, iron, zinc, fiber, calcium, and protein, these tiny chia seeds play a significant role in fueling the Tarahumara tribe's running abilities. Living on a simple diet with staple foods like beans, squash, chilies, greens, pinole, and wild geranium, a plant possessing anti-inflammatory, antiviral, antibacterial, and antioxidant properties, these indigenous people prove their diet holds enormous potential. Notably lacking meat, their nourishment challenges the standard American diet, or SAD, and how it may hinder optimal athletic performance. Scott Jurek, an ultrarunning champion in the U.S., discovered that adopting a similar plant-based diet improved his performance dramatically. With access to the latest nutritional breakthroughs in the world of athletics, he had experimented with everything from deer meat to fast food. Ultimately, it was the Tarahumara-inspired vegan diet that propelled him to new heights. For his long runs, Jurek opted for homemade rice burritos and hummus-stuffed pitas instead of Snickers bars. When he sprained his ankle, he consumed wolfsbane and large portions of garlic and ginger instead of ibuprofen. Contrary to popular belief, Jurek experienced improved recovery, increased resistance to injury, and better overall performance. This story isn't unique to Jurek, it traces back through history to some of the world's most exceptional endurance athletes. Take, for example, Japanese monks who completed ultramarathons daily for 7 continuous years on nothing but miso soup, tofu, and vegetables. Running coach Percy Cerruti fueled his athletes with raw oats, fruits, cheeses, and nuts for triple training sessions. Cliff Young, a 63-year-old farmer, outran Australia's top ultrarunners over 507 miles on a diet consisting of beans, beer, and oatmeal. Jurek may not have initially understood why a meatless diet worked so well, but the science behind it is simple: fruits, vegetables, and whole grains provide the most nutrition from the fewest calories. Consequently, your body doesn't need to carry and process extra bulk. Additionally, carbs digest faster than proteins, which allows for more efficient training. Make the switch to a plant-based diet and follow the Tarahumara's footsteps, unlocking the incredible abilities hidden within your body. Unshackle your running feet. Despite popular belief, running shoes may be doing more harm than good. With their excessive cushioning and stabilization, they hinder the foot's natural movement and can actually increase the risk of injury. Instead, running barefoot or in minimalist footwear allows our feet to flex, splay, and grip the ground more effectively, leading to improved running form and a closer connection to our body's feedback. Barefoot Ted McDonald, one of the participants in Caballo's race, had a personal vendetta against running shoes. He considered them the worst crime committed against the human foot. After attempting to find relief from severe back pain by testing various high-end shoes, Ted finally tried distancing himself from shoes altogether. To his amazement, he discovered that barefoot running eliminated his pain and unlocked a newfound enjoyment of the sport. Ted continued to push his limits as a barefoot runner. He completed 100-mile endurance runs and even qualified for the prestigious Boston Marathon, something only a tiny fraction of all runners achieve. Intrigued by the Tarahumara tribe, he sought to explore whether running with minimalist footwear contributed to their remarkable resilience. The truth is that running shoes often cause more problems than they solve. Despite the marketing campaigns by major sports brands promoting cushioning and stabilization, studies have revealed that pricier footwear corresponds to an increased likelihood of injury. In fact, runners in expensive shoes are 123% more prone to injury compared to those wearing inexpensive, flat-soled alternatives. Our feet perform a natural process called pronation that acts as a shock absorber when running. Although only 3% of the population has a medical need for specialized shoes, countless footwear options have been developed to alleviate pronation. Encasing our feet in these shoes leads to muscle atrophy and tendon stiffness, as they restrict the foot's natural movement. This results in imbalances throughout the body, causing physical strains and potential injuries. Moreover, running shoes tend to disguise the pain of harmful impact. The cushioning dampens the shock waves that occur as our feet strike the ground, which hinders our ability to adopt a better running form. In contrast, going barefoot provides constant feedback, enabling us to adapt to a more natural and ultimately healthier gait. The solution is simple: save your money and body by choosing affordable footwear and incorporating barefoot running on soft surfaces to strengthen your feet. Even Nike recognized the value of barefoot running, launching their minimalist Nike Free shoe with the slogan, "Run Barefoot." Unconventional paths to mindful running. Fast forward 9 months, and race day was just around the corner. Chris and the American racing group had met up in El Paso, Texas, including Jen Shelton, a young poet, and her surfer boyfriend, Billy Barnett. These two, known for their wild partying and success in ultramarathons, were about to join Caballo's race in Mexico. Through running, they pursued powerful mental transformations, with Jen aiming to become a better, more peaceful person. As the race day neared, Chris and the American racing group, including the young poet and ultramarathon runner Jen Shelton and her surfer boyfriend Billy Barnett, gathered in El Paso, Texas. The night before their departure to Mexico, Jen and Billy engaged in wild drinking escapades causing chaos at the hotel. While their ability to race seemed questionable, they still charged toward the Mexican border the next day, hungover and determined. For Jen and Billy, joining Caballo's race seemed like a perfect adventure. At one point, they were lifeguards and surfers in Virginia Beach, living for the thrill. Then Billy had an epiphany: real excitement is not about danger but curiosity. They soon traded their surfboards for running shoes and entered a 50-mile race called the Mountain Masochist, even though they had never run a marathon or seen a mountain. To train for the race, Jen and Billy found inspiration in Jack Kerouac's words: "Try the meditation of the trail, just walk along looking at the trail at your feet and don't look about and just fall into a trance as the ground zips by." They embraced this meditative mindset, listening to Allen Ginsberg's Howl and reciting poetry during their sunset runs. In a subsequent race, Jen faced a struggle at the 75-mile mark of a 100-mile race. Billy encouraged her, and together they found strength and freedom in the wild surroundings. Overcoming extreme challenges, Jen set new records for both herself and the sport, even completing a marathon in under 3 hours while wearing a bikini and celebrating with a beer along the way. Her victories placed her among the top long-distance runners in the United States and helped her push her physical and mental limits. For Jen, running ultras was about more than winning, it was a quest for personal growth. Long runs allowed her mind to quiet, immersing her in the act of movement and enabling her to enter a state of peace and deep focus. Jen believed that if she could run 100 miles, she could become a better, more enlightened person. While she admits she may not have become a perfect, punk-ass Buddha, she's still certain that the meditative power of running can change people for the better. In this unique story of two unconventional yet accomplished runners, we uncover a message that resonates beyond the world of sports. Running can be a powerful form of meditation and a transformative tool for self-improvement, opening the doors to new experiences and personal growth. Tarahumara-Style running triumph. On the day of an epic 50-mile race, participants who trained like the Tarahumara showcased their powerful transformation. By adopting Tarahumara-style running methods, eating habits, and mental focus, they were able to achieve remarkable feats such as weight loss, injury-free running, and improved strength. Witnessing the success of the runners adopting the Tarahumara techniques, one can't help but appreciate their impact on both physical and mental well-being. As the sun rose, the runners indulged in a breakfast of pancakes, papayas, and hot pinole before making their way to the starting line, greeted by enthusiastic crowds and festive decorations. The race they were about to embark on was no easy feat, a grueling 50-mile trail with a 6,500 feet climb and descent along a sheer rock wall awaited them. Before the race, Caballo had the runners swear an oath to take responsibility for their own well-being during the race. With a gunshot in the air, Scott, Jen, and Caballo led the Tarahumara as they all set off on their intense journey. One of the core principles of the race was to embrace Tarahumara-style training, a method that leaves you stronger, eating lighter, and remaining injury-free. Chris, one of the participants, adopted this transformative training style and reaped its benefits. He shed 25 pounds, significantly improved his running efficiency, and remained injury-free. The race was an exhilarating display of grit and determination. At the 42-mile mark, Scott was catching up to Arnolfo, while Jen was not far behind. As the race continued, the runners displayed their resilience, conquering each challenging mile with grace and determination. Approaching the finish line, Arnolfo and Scott were neck and neck, with their running form uncannily synchronized. Cheers erupted as Arnolfo crossed the finish line, closely followed by a gracious Scott. More Tarahumara runners finished soon after, and even those who trailed behind still showed impressive progress. As the race came to an end, Caballo sat under a tree, reflecting on the incredible journey they had all been a part of. The Tarahumara-style training had indeed transformed the participants in both body and mind, allowing them to push their limits and experience the incredible power of the Tarahumara way.
The The fascinating odyssey that is Born to Run culminates in a race that brings together the Tarahumara tribe, American ultra runners, and our marathon aspirant, Chris. Throughout the book, we learn that our bodies are evolutionarily designed for endurance running, and that rekindling our primal instincts and approach towards running can lead us to rediscover its joy and pleasure. We're encouraged to free ourselves from the shackles of modern running shoes, reevaluate our diets, and reshape our attitudes about pain and fatigue. As we embrace the Tarahumara tribe's lessons in resilience, identity, and the power of running as meditation, we realize that each of us has the potential to become a running person, pushing the boundaries of what we previously thought possible.